And again, full disclosure, you probably couldn't tell, but I am a little bit antisocial. And you know what the worst thing is about being antisocial? Other people. No offense. And it's not really other people. You all seem really cool, but if you get enough other people together, they form this thing called a society. And societies are no good for you if you're antisocial. They make you more antisocial. It's like the daylight saving time thing. That was, a society does that. And it's like even the parts of a society that you would think would be perfect for an antisocial person are not. For example, call centers. Don't you think a call center would be perfect for somebody like me? You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to have a face-to-face conversation. You don't have to have somebody looking at you, which is the worst. No offense. But I'm telling you, the other day, I needed to call customer service. This very pleasant gentleman answered the phone. Thank you for calling Either Or Order Fulfillment. This is Victor speaking. So far, so good. I don't have a problem with anything he just said. How could I? But clearly, the next words out of his mouth should have been, how can I help you today? But they weren't. He asked me a different question. Can anybody tell me what question he asked me? How are you doing today? Apparently, Victor and I go way back. Well, you know, Victor, I'm actually not doing that good. People keep asking me these irrelevant questions. But you know, I didn't say that to him because it's not Victor's fault that he's asking me irrelevant questions. It's society's fault. So, I just said, I'm doing okay. And then there was that little pause. You know about the little pause? It was clearly his turn to talk again, but he was waiting on me. And so, after a couple seconds of agony, and we're already so far off track, I said, how are you doing? And he said, I'm doing great. And that's where it should have ended. But he said something after, I'm doing great. What did he say after, I'm doing great? Thank you for asking. Victor, do you have like 15 dead bodies in your crawl space? But I didn't ask him that because it's not Victor's fault if he has 15 dead bodies in his crawl space. It's society's fault. And I didn't even say, well, you know, Victor, you don't really have to thank me. You kind of forced my hand there with that little pause. I just said, Victor, look, I understand that you're just trying to do your job, and I'm not trying to be difficult, but all I want to know is if you can give me a tracking number for my Fabergé egg. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
tracking number for my Fabergé egg.
Let me look at what a Fabergé egg is.
Originally, I was going to say Tiffany lamp, and I didn't like that, and I was like, ooh, Fabergé egg, and then I went... So yeah, this actually happened to me, but I did embellish it a little bit. But embellished or not embellished, the whole point is this took place in my own house. And yet it was still bad for me because you see my house and Victor's call center and Victor and me, myself, we're all in this society. And you can't get away from society even when you're when you're in your own house. And it's making me even more afraid of leaving my house now. I was afraid to come here tonight. I was afraid that when I parked my car and was walking up to the venue, this guy was going to run up to me. Thank you for walking down Baxter Avenue. This is Victor, inexplicably talking to you. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had your girlfriend cheat on you with your best friend, and the only reason you found out about it was because she got pregnant? And I'd be like, no, Victor, I've never had that happen to me. Have you? Yes, I have. Thank you for asking. But this is a long story. We should find a place to sit down. The moral of this story is, if you know somebody who's antisocial, don't ask them how they're doing. Ever. Because the answer is always, I was doing better before you asked me that question.